and you probably have heard of them on WIND. So I'm going to turn it over to him for a little bit, and then we'll see how they're doing with the Jumbotron. Here you go.
Thank you, brother. How's everybody doing? I am not a candidate for public office. But thank you, everybody, for being here. It is great to see everybody. In order for me to say all the things that I would truly like to say to you today, I would have to give a speech as long as one of the speeches that Fidel Castro gives. But I will not do that to you. But I did come out here to speak briefly about the city that I love, the city of Chicago, okay? And I can certainly understand why you might be wondering why I would do that, but there's a very good reason, and if I could just briefly tell you why. First of all, I love the city of Chicago, but it's the city of my father, and the city of my grandfather, maybe a few of your fathers and grandfathers as well, okay? The city where you worked hard, you played by the rules, and you didn't expect a handout from anybody. Nowadays in Chicago, they call that conservative extremism. Being a conservative in Chicago is a little like that movie 300, minus 299. So why did I drive all the way out here to talk to you about the city that I love, the city of Chicago? Because I believe that the city of Chicago is as important to the state of Illinois and to the country as Afghanistan is for the war against terrorism. Because these corrupt Chicago politicians are using the city of Chicago to launch their dirty bomb attacks against the rest of the state and the rest of the country. So what I would like to propose today is a three-pronged surge. 2010, 2011, and 2012. 2010, let's elect Bill Brady governor of the state of Illinois. 2011, let's reform the city of Chicago and all local municipalities across the state of Illinois. And 2012, let's elect a conservative candidate for President of the United States. In Chicago, the main thing that we have to do is stop Rahm Emanuel from ever becoming mayor. How can we do this? It's simple. In order to become mayor of the city of Chicago, you have to be a resident of the city of Chicago for 1 year. Rahm Emanuel does not fulfill that requirement. He doesn't think he has to play by the rules that the rest of us do. Exactly, thank you. But the fact of the matter is we need to make sure that our leaders do play by the rules that they expect you and I to play by. And what that means is that we're going to have to use the same hardball tactics that the Obama-Emanuel machine uses and challenge his petitions in court. This morning, I had an opportunity to have breakfast with a hero of mine, Lech Walesa. This is a man who stood up to the greatest genocidal maniacs in the history of the world, the Bolsheviks, who are responsible for the deaths of countless millions of innocent people. If he was able to do that with no army in Eastern Europe, then surely you and I can stand up here in the state of Illinois against these Bolsheviks, communists, socialists, progressives, I don't know, whatever they're calling themselves this week, and rid them from the city of Chicago, the state of Illinois, and the United States of America. I love watching the History Channel. I love watching the stories of the Greeks, the Romans, the Founding Fathers, and I am convinced that if we stand up and pull off this surge here in the state of Illinois, 2010, 2011, and 2012, then someday they will say that we, the Tea Party, are responsible for saving the greatest country in the history of the world, the United States of America. Thank you. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you very much, Billy. All right, folks, I think we're getting ready. It looks like the Jumbotron is up. James, how are we doing? We're ready.